What's up, guys?
Javid, congrats on the victory. How are you feeling after that tough fight out there?
Good. It was tougher than it looked. It wasn't so tough, but it's just I got hit in that second round, and that was pretty much the only moment he really had. So feel good.
I think it would certainly look like it was tougher than that, but I'm glad that you said it wasn't really all that tough. But it certainly seemed like it was a grinding fight. What was your expectations going in? Did you think it was going to be an easy night, or did you expect kind of what we saw out there?
No, it was definitely a grinding fight, but grinding doesn't mean tough. We grind every day in the gym, you know. Did I expect that? Yes and no. I expected to finish him in that first, you know. I saw his eyes roll back when I kept waking him up when I was hitting him. I was like, man, when shall I stop hitting him? No, I swear, I remember thinking that in the middle of I hit him one in between his legs, and my hand like went through in between his legs and caught him on the chin. And I could have sworn he went out. Then I threw another left, and I woke him up. And then I threw a right, he went out. And then I threw a left, he woke up. So I was like, man, I need to stop hitting this guy because he keeps waking up every time I hit him. I swear, that is literally, if you watch it back, you'll see it. And listen, he's a Mexican, you know. And honestly, he felt so big in there. I don't know what his weight was. I know they said to me that he's a 25er, you know, he can make 35. Because I remember telling my manager specifically, like, hey, make sure it's a 35er.
Yep.
I don't want to fight none of these bigger guys because, again, now the fight's over and I won. We can talk about what really went down. I was so sick fight week.
Yeah.
Like, you can maybe even hear it on my nose now, you know, my nose was blocked and everything. I was so sick. And I was getting dizzy during the weight cut. I don't even know how I was going to make weight, but I was like, I have to get the job done. And then he comes in, misses by 5 pounds. That's why I was so pissed at him, you know. And when he was celebrating, I was like, because like he lost the fight, but he was like, had a good account of himself. Told him, calm down, man. Like, you fucking missed weight and stuff. Have some respect type of thing. But it is what it is. He's a warrior and he fought his heart out. So, man, you gotta love Mexicans, man. Tough guys.
Yeah, that's got to be upsetting because I know a lot of times when you're feeling down, you want to drink water, you want to hydrate, but you can't try to hydrate if you're in a weight cut, and then you see a guy miss by weight. I mean, so.
Especially, look, like weight misses are bad enough as it is. Yep. Then missing weight on like how I was feeling, it adds salt to the wound. Yep. What's the saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it was like, I never have a bad weight cut. That one because I was sick, and it wasn't because I was heavy. It's because I was sick, and then he misses weight. So that's why I was like, it was a bad one.
Was there ever, I know when I ask this, I know any fighter's ever going to tell me there was never a doubt they were going to take the fight, but, you know, when your opponent misses weight, was there ever any doubt that you would accept the fight?
No, never on my end. Look, me and my brother, and this needs to stop happening. I'm going to put it on record now. Me and my brother keeps fighting people that have missed weights by not like 1 pound, 2 pound. It's always by 5+, you know? And we're not going to say no to a fight. And these guys are willing to give up 25% of their purse, which is, I don't know, maybe $3,000 or whatever. And that's it, you know? At the end of the day, I'm grateful that I get to fight. But there has to be a bigger repercussion for missing weight by that amount. You know, I get a pound or so, you know, like things happen, you know, people can come in sick and whatever, but missing it by that amount, it's like, but to be fair, for him, it was short notice. But at the same time, then don't take the fight if it's short notice, you know?
Yep. Well, I know you made weight. You said you weren't feeling that good. Could you feel it out there in the fight? Did you feel that maybe your cardio or your stamina or anything was affected by the illness?
No. See, I woke up in the morning today feeling like rubbish, you know? But I made a decision there and then. If I'm going to fight, not even a peep. I'm not going to tell my corner anything. I'm not going to tell nobody. I chose to fight, and that's it. Now I'm only saying this because the fight is done, you know? Only to highlight how big of a deal his weight miss was. Nothing else. Yep. The fight was the fight. I didn't feel it out there in the fight. So, whatever.
What was the game plan coming in tonight?
What game plan? How could there be a game plan? Literally, I had no training session for this guy. I was fighting Saeed. That was a different game plan. A complete different fighter. You got a Mexican brawler versus a Dagestani beautiful kicking style, you know, wrestling and stuff. Complete different style of fight. So what game plan? How could there even be a game plan?
I love it. So I guess immediately, what do you do right now? I mean, do you give yourself a little bit of time to celebrate this victory? Are you back in the gym on Monday or Tuesday? And what's your thoughts for what's next?
So Ramadan's coming up, and obviously during the month of Ramadan, I won't be competing, but I'll be training. And as soon as Ramadan's done, I want to get back in there, ready to go.
Do you like fighting on the same cards as your brother, or does it get a little extra stressful?
There's pros and cons, you know. I don't mind. I'm sure it's worse for the guy fighting second, you know, because I've been there for him and stuff like that. Now it's his turn.
Yep.
But it has its pros and cons. The pros are we train together, we prepare together. The cons are it's stressful, you know. There's a lot of emotions that goes into this. But again, we're individual people also, you know. We're not just a package all the time. He's got a mind of his own, a heart of his own, you know. So he acts accordingly, I act accordingly, and we both have to get the job done. I have to help myself in order to help him. And by helping myself, I have to get the win. And that will be helping him, you know.
You did your part. Congrats on your victory.
Thank you so much.
So talking about the weight miss, I said the same thing. When he missed weight, I was like, again? Another one for Javid again? Like, what was the immediate reaction? Because that's got to be incredibly frustrating that you keep getting these opponents that just seem to, whether it's discipline, lack of discipline or whatever else, you keep getting these guys keep missing weight. Does that, can you kind of get you angry before the fight?
Angry, no. You have to have a cold mind. My coach always says cold mind, fiery heart. So I didn't get angry in particular. But I had a lot of proving to myself to do anyway, so that's why me saying no to the fight was never really a thing, you know. After the last one, look, now we think about it. I'm on a 6-fight, well, not on a 6-fight win streak, but I've won 6, only lost my last one. I don't feel like I lost to Zahabi. I definitely didn't lose to Victor Henry, you know. So that's my record here in the UFC will be 6-1 after today, I believe. Yeah, 6-1, 7-1 with the Contender Series. So I'm a veteran, you know, and. And on paper it doesn't look it, but when you really watch the fights back, you know what level caliber fighter I am. And especially even today, I proved it even more so after getting hurt. You know, people quit usually in those type of scenarios. Against a heavier guy, but I was there the whole time.
Yeah, like you said, completely different style you were supposed to face in the first place, right? Mexican brawler and everything. Does that kind of make you happy with your performance? The fact that you took on someone on such short notice, completely different style, and you went in there, you got hurt, you got through adversity, and came out on top?
Happy, I don't know, because it was stupid on my behalf to get caught like that. But I'm grateful that I won and I showed a piece of myself that I already knew. But knowing is another, and then actually knowing it, like proving it, is a different thing. So, yeah, I'm happy with the win. Yeah, for sure. There was a lot going on. I told you this fight week. You heard from the other guy, so there was a lot going on this week.
Yeah, so 7-1, like you said, including the Contender Series victory. Do you feel now you feel like a vet and everything? Do you feel like now it's time to start calling some names out? Like, all right, now I want this guy, I want that guy.
I don't know. I don't know about calling out names, but I would definitely want that Ricky fight back. But that's not gonna happen because the UFC don't work that way. So give me Barcelos, the guy that beat Ricky. So that'd be a good one.
All right, final for me. Saeed didn't make it because of the visa issues. That was the reason given. Everything. You want to rebook that one at all?
I don't know. I'm past it. I feel like I showed up, and I won. I'm not really interested in Saeed. Like I said, I'm not fighting anybody out there, Like I said, today I came into a fight with no game plan because what game plan? How could I prepare? I didn't have a training session. I found out Thursday that it's a different opponent. Thursday's my weight cut day. So I'm not training on weight cut day. I'm cutting weight. Friday is the weigh-in. I'm rehydrating. Saturday's fight day. So no game plan, just typical stuff, matador and bull type of scenario. But you have a plan, but then that goes out the window because the fight goes a different way, So, yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win. Overcame adversity like, you and Eddie talked about. Just out of curiosity with fighters, when someone does miss the weight, is there a specific number to where, let's just say he missed by 8 instead of 5, that you sit down with the team and you say, absolutely not. There's no way we're giving this guy that type of advantage. That's mad disrespectful. Like, we're not taking this. Or you kind of have to because you don't want to no-show, no-call a fight not on Paramount Plus.
So that's what it is, yeah. That's what it is. I don't want to pull out of the... No, I'm not pulling out, but I don't want the fight not to happen because you train... These camps are not easy, and then last time I fought was a year ago, so it's like I don't want to not fight, for a while again. So it's like, yeah, whatever it is, take the fight, But definitely 5 pounds is too much. In boxing, that's the whole weight division, That's the whole weight division.
And then this would just compound because now that you mentioned Ramadan, had you not fought, and I'm glad you did because that was just a banger right there, then we wouldn't have seen you tonight, and you wouldn't come back until when? When is that over? When do you get to fight back after Ramadan?
Exactly. Ramadan, I don't know when it's over, but March sometime.
But that's a whole season that passes.
That's what I'm saying, a whole season, and then you have to train again, get an opponent, and then what? You realistically you're fighting in April again. You get what I mean? It's too long time out. But again, I wasn't thinking about that so much. It wasn't. My thing was, all right, I have an opponent. He didn't make weight. Let's just go. Let's go and fight. I was in great shape, like in terms of preparation, best preparation I had. My team, American top team, Artem Levin, Mike Brown, all the guys, Anderson, Thiago Alves, Porumpa, Steve Mocco. You know the names. You already know what kind of caliber coaching there is over there. So, you know, Andro from England, Khalid. So I have a great team, and I feel very prepared. And I think people got to see a different style of me also, you know, some more skills, a little bit more aggressive, which is a good thing. But at the same time, it could have been a lot cleaner. But it is what it is, man. I remember going into the third thinking, wow, these guys. Because I finished on top, you know. After I got up, he started like, woo, like he started screaming like as if, oh, the fight is swaying my way. I remember going to my corner and thinking, this guy's an idiot. He thinks I'm done. But realistically, I was the one elbowing him in the face at the end of the second, you know. He was just like celebrating for a participation medal. So round 3, I was like, no, I'm going to come out and beat this guy up.
And you got very tactical. Just almost, not exactly a question, is what I have to commend you and on you and your team putting together such a solid performance, because I've seen some of the best get hurt. You from George St. Pierre and back to Amanda, you name it, and their unbelievable discipline and condition is what you have to attribute to that. You know, those guys spend, they get there first and they leave last, because for you to recover from being stunned and then also be able to just keep it together, that's another level. That you got to walk away from that one, right? To say, you know what, man, yeah, I've been through hell and back, and you guys can see how I overcome that. What's up?
Yeah, exactly. With regards to that, this is my favorite performance. With regards to that, because it's all fun and games when you're winning, and it's easy, you know. But you have to show a different piece of yourself. Like I said, coming into the fight week sick, not knowing if I was gonna fight because of opponent change. You know, feeling sick during the cut. Opponent misses weight, get hurt in the fight after hurting the guy in the first round. In round 3, it's like, oh, who wants it more, you know? He thought he wanted it more, but there's no way, you know? And I pride myself in this, like, you have to kill me in order to beat me, you know? And so long as I can keep moving, I don't care. I'm going to keep moving. I don't care what you guys think and what perception you have of me. I'm a warrior, you know, and deep down everybody knows I'm a warrior. And I give it my all every single time.
Yes, sir. Congrats on that win and letting everybody know just how dangerous you are.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you.